What's up, everybody? Welcome back once again to the Big O Show. It's your boy, the Big O. We're back again with another video. And if you're new to this channel, do your boy a huge favor. Smash that like button. Smash that subscribe button. Let's get this channel to 200 subscribers by the end of the year. We slowly hacking away at that tree. I need y'all help to keep hacking. Let's get this channel to 200 subs. So smash that like button. Smash that subscribe button. Let's get this channel to 200 subs by the end of the year. Smash those buttons so y'all can stay up to date on all future content here on this channel. So, if y'all been sleeping under a rock, if y'all have been living in a cave for the past week, y'all missed the news that WWE has officially, indefinitely suspended Naomi and Sasha Banks. So, if y'all don't know the story, let me try and give y'all a little update. Sasha Banks and Naomi walked into John Laurinaitis' office. He's the head of talent relations, I think, and basically dropped their titles on the table because they were frustrated with WWE's creative direction, or lack of, because they weren't really giving them anything to do with the women's tag team titles. And they're not the first women to walk out. You know, it's been happened with other superstars from other promotions before. First name that comes to mind is Stone Cold, but with him, I think he was frustrated at that moment with WWE's decision, I think, for Brock Lesnar to beat him. This is way back in the early 2000s. And this one was one that was building up over time. After Naomi and Sasha Banks won the titles at WrestleMania, I believe back in February, I guess things started to go downhill, and they weren't really putting any kind of direction afterwards. So they weren't in the last pay-per-view, whichever that is. Small disclosure, I haven't been watching wrestling for maybe 3 or 4 years, so I'm a little lost on a whole lot of shit, especially on who a lot of these new superstars are. So, back to the story. They weren't featured in the last pay-per-view, at least from what I've read, and they weren't going to be featured in the next one because there isn't a lot of tag team divisions on Raw or SmackDown for them to compete with. So, they basically been walking around these titles for no reason. And for what I've read, all the other titles are basically, it's the same fucking story. Nobody has any kind of direction, especially with Roman Reigns being the Universal WWE Undisputed Champion, however the fuck you want to say it. He's also sitting around in limbo because they don't know what to fucking do with the title. So basically, they took their ball, they went home last week, and now they've been officially suspended and stripped of the titles. To me, I don't think they were stripped of the titles. They basically just dropped the titles. They said, fuck it, we quit being the champions, we out because y'all don't know what to do with us, so we done. So they left their titles on the table. So now the story goes from what something I've seen today. I think both of their contracts are coming up for renewal, or were, and now with this situation happening, nobody knows what's going to happen. You know, they're kind of still sitting in limbo. And as far as what was supposed to happen on Raw, they were supposed to compete in a 6 women's #1 contenders match for, I think, Bianca Blair's WWE Women's Championship. She's a Raw Women's Champion, I believe. And so they were supposed to compete in that, but they decided not to because they are the tag team champions, and WWE doesn't have any creative direction with the tag team champions, women's tag team champions. And I guess they had another issue with a couple of the wrestlers that they competing against. They didn't feel safe competing with them, so that's another thing. But it's more about them not having direction and less about the people they were competing against. So moving forward from that, like I said, the contracts are up for renewal, but it's kind of in limbo right now. WWE doesn't really have any kind of direction for them to go in, and so they sitting at home chilling. Or in Sasha's case, she was out partying last night at I think Snoop Dogg's son's concert event. Something was going on. She was on stage partying, so she's out partying. I guess Naomi's at home chilling. Who knows? So it's a lot of shit that's been going on with this for the past week. There's also been stories coming out saying that maybe Roman Reigns, because him having so much clout and so much power in WWE, he could work them back into WWE, try and maybe fix the situation, especially with Naomi being, I think, married to one of the Usos. I'm not sure if it's Jimmy or Jay, but I know she's married to one of the Usos. But that's the story that's been going on for the past week as well. Originally, I thought this was scripted. I thought it was some WWE scripted shit. And then coming to find out, the more and more stuff came out. No, it wasn't. WWE dropped a like a notice or something that they said after they walked out, saying how they left the building, how Naomi and Sasha Banks let WWE down, how they let the fans down, and we're just gonna try and have to move forward without them. And so, no, this is legit shit. This isn't scripted. They're really not the champs anymore. And I guess you can pick, your own side on who you think is right, who you think is wrong. Are Naomi and Sasha wrong, or WWE wrong for not really giving them a creative push? In my case, I don't blame Sasha or Naomi. And there's also there's so many stories coming out. Another story came out saying that originally at WrestleMania it was supposed to be Sasha Banks versus Charlotte for the women's title, but then somehow Ronda Rousey came back. She got put in that spot. Sasha Banks wasn't happy about it. And so, yeah, it's just a lot of stories coming out. Can of Worms is coming out. And we just going to have to wait and see, what the development is of the story. I honestly don't see Vince McMahon letting these two women walk because they're such stars in WWE and they have such hot names. It's not like they unknown stars who just showed up. They have hot names, especially Sasha Banks being there. I think she was just on Cold as Balls with Kevin Hart, and I think she's done some other stuff outside of WWE. So, her name is really hot right now, and for WWE to fuck it up and let these women walk, it would be stupid on Vince McMahon's part. So I guess it all just comes down to see who's going to cave first, them or WWE. So we're going to have to wait and see what the development is. If anything more comes out, I'll definitely let y'all know here on the channel. So stay tuned. Until next time, I'm Big O. This is the Big O Show. Hit that like and subscribe button. Let's get the channel to 200 subscribers. Peace. I'm out.